أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu and welcome to our class today. I hope and pray that everyone is doing very well. Jazakumullah everyone for joining the class on time. We will begin with our opening dua. If we could please have a student on the mic for that.
Assalamu alaikum. Could we have G2709?
G2709. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm very well. So we are going to be reading Dawood first. So let's start. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
Okay, over here. من الشيطان الرجيم.
من الشيطان الرجيم.
Good, better, well done. And let's do Tasmiyah. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Excellent. And the translation for Dawood is?
I seek refuge with Allah from Satan, the rejected.
Good. Refuge. Okay, I seek refuge with Allah from Satan the rejected. Well done. And the Tasmiyah translation is?
In the name of Allah, the gracious, the merciful.
Excellent. Rabbi zidni ilma.
Rabbi zidni ilma.
Good, excellent. The ba has a kasra underneath it, so we're not going to stretch for more than one count. Rabbi
Rabbi
zidni ilma.
zidni ilma.
Excellent. And the translation?
O my Lord, increase me in knowledge.
Knowledge. Well done. Excellent. And what's this? Where's this dua from?
Taha 150.
15. Okay, so this is telling us that this is a prayer from the Holy Quran, chapter Taha, okay, Surah Taha, and verse 115 is where you can find this prayer in the Holy Quran. Excellent. Well done, Jazakumullah, for reading that for us today. Okay, just a quick reminder about class etiquettes. Please ensure that you have done wudu before each and every class. So you come to class having done wudu. You should be wearing clean clothes. Heads should be covered appropriately. And please ensure you're sitting in a nice and quiet place. So there's no background noise or anything like that. And your parents should be present. They should be near you somewhere. And it's really important that you use your correct IDs to log on to today's class. So if you are joined with your incorrect ID, you can rename yourself through the class, and so that we know that who's present in class, and we can choose you to come to the mic as well. Okay, only students with the correct IDs will be chosen to come to the mic. Okay, so today's schedule for the class is as follows. We've just started with our assembly as always. Now we're going to spend some time to do a quiz. Okay, now this quiz is basically going to focus on revising the rules that we have learnt in our course till now. Okay, so all the things that you've learnt, we are going to we've created a quiz. Okay, and we are going to present that today, and we'd like you to take part in this quiz so that you can test your knowledge on what you know or things that you need to focus on. Okay, so that's going to be a short quiz. Just now we're going to do a quiz, and I'd like you all to take part in that. And then after that, we are going to look at the letter of the day, which is the letter Hamza, which we're going to focus on today. And then we are going to look at our practice text, which is chapter 79, verses 16 to 26. That's what we're going to aim to get done today. Okay, so just before we go on to our quiz, just a quick announcement that in classes, we would like to take attendance. So we would like to know who has attended the classes. So for that, what we're going to do in every class, we are going to post a link in the chat to a form. And this form is going to be different, and this link is going to be different each day. And we would like students or parents to please click on that link during class, and please register yourself as having attended today's class. Okay, so if you click on that link, it will take you to a form. It's a quick form which we'd like you to fill in, and that will indicate to us who has attended, which student has attended today's class. Okay, so it's really important that you do that during class or shortly after class. Okay, so if you find that you're unable to do it during class, please save that link, and after class you can quickly complete that form. If you forget to complete that form, or if you don't do it, then unfortunately your attendance will not be marked. So it's really important that you do that. Okay, so the link for that form has been posted in the chat. So please now or during the class or shortly after the class, please click on that link and fill in that form. Okay, Jazakumullah. Okay, so now we're going to do our quiz. I hope you're all ready. So welcome to our quiz, and inshallah the aim is that this quiz will be a fun way for us all to revise some of the things that we have learned so far in our course. Okay, so over the past 2 weeks, what we've learned, we are going to revise today through a quiz. Okay, so for this quiz, the questions will be displayed on the screen. So as I'm going through this presentation, the questions will come up one by one, and after each question, we'd like you to give us the answer. Each question that will come up will also come up having 4 options. Okay, so it will come up with 4 possible answers, and we would like you to choose which option you think is the correct answer. Okay, so what will happen is I will read out the question along with the 4 options, and then you will see a pop-up on your screen. Okay, that is the poll, the Zoom poll. And that Zoom poll will have the question and will have the 4 possible answers. And we'd like you to select the correct answer. And once you've selected what you think is the correct answer, then we'd like you to press submit at the bottom of that poll. So if you don't click submit, your answers won't be submitted. Okay, so really important that you press that submit button. We would like you to please try and complete this quiz on your own with no help from your family or friends. Okay, so we'd really like you to do this by yourself, and that is so that you can really get an understanding of what you really know, or something, or things that you might be unsure of. You know that after class you need to focus on them and revise that particular topic. Okay, so it's really important that you try and do it without any help today, the quiz. Okay, and then once everybody's selected the answer which you think is correct, then I will let you know what the answer is. Okay, so that is the format of today's quiz. So I hope you're all ready. Let's have the first question. So the first question is, what is the name of this stroke? So the stroke in question is in that blue box, okay, on your screen. It's a slanted stroke, and you can see it's above the line. So we'd like you to tell us what this stroke is called. So is this stroke called fathatain? Is this stroke called fatha? Is this stroke called dhamma? Or is this stroke called kasrah? What is the name of this stroke? Okay, so I can see lots of people answering the question, which is lovely. Well done. And we remember to click submit at the bottom of the screen when you've chosen your answer. Okay, I'll give you a couple more seconds to answer that question. Okay, brilliant. So well done to all those that answered. Let's have a look at what the answer is. The correct answer is fatha. So well done. That was what majority of the people or the students that answered said, and that is the correct answer. Fatha is the name of this stroke. Well done. Okay, let's have a look at the second question. What is the name of this stroke? So again, in the blue box, you can see that the stroke that we are talking about. What's the name of this stroke? Is the name of the stroke Kasrah? Is it Fatha? Is it Dhammah? Or is it Fathatain? So if the poll has been launched, so if you could please select the answer that you think is correct. What is the name of the stroke that was on the screen? Was it Kasrah, Fatha, Dhamma, or Fathatain? Okay, a couple more seconds for those that haven't answered the question yet. Even if you're unsure, just have a go, okay? Don't be shy, just have a go what you think the answer is, and we can always reveal the answer later. Okay, brilliant. Okay, so lots of people have answered this question. So let's have a look at what the correct answer is. The correct answer is Kasrah. Okay, the name of this stroke is Kasrah. It's a slanted stroke and it's found below the letter, and it is called Kasrah. Excellent. Well done if you got that answer correct. The next question is, what is the name of this stroke? Is it Dhamma, Fatha, Madmoom, or Fathatain? Please choose your answer. You should have all received a pop-up on your screens. What was the name of that stroke? Dhamma, Fatha, Madmoom, or Fathatain? Okay. Excellent. Well done. Lots of people answering that question as well. Okay, let's have a look at the answer for this quiz, for this question. The answer is Dhamma. The name of this stroke is Dhammah. It's a shaped stroke, so it has this rounded bit at the top and then a flick at the bottom, and this is a Dhammah. Well done. Excellent to those that got that answer correct. Well done. Okay, next question. Fatha, Kasrah, and Dhammah are known as, so we'd like you to complete that sentence. Are they known as short stretch? Are they known as long stretch? Are they known as letters? Or are they known as short vowels? What is Fatha, Kasra, and Dhamma? What are they known as? Short stretch, long stretch, letters, or short vowels? Okay, so answers are coming in. Well done, everybody. If you could select an answer, remember to click the submit button at the bottom of the screen. Okay, so the strokes that we have just looked at, Fatha, Kasra, and Dhamma, what are they known as? Okay, let's have a look at the answer now. Okay, so we have two correct answers. So if you selected any of those two answers, then that you have selected the correct answer. Okay, so Fatha, Kasra, and Dhamma are known as short stretch, or you can also say short vowels. So either of those answers is correct. Okay, so well done. And that is what majority of students said. So well done to everyone. Let's have a look at the next question. How much time should short stretch take? 2 counts, as long as you want, 3 counts, or 1 count? What's the correct answer? How much time should short stretch take? 2 counts, as long as you want, 3 counts, or 1 count for short stretch? Okay, so I think majority of people have answered, and let's have a look at the answer for this question. The answer is 1 count. Okay, so if you see a short stretch, okay, so that means Fatha, Kasra, Dhamma, then the time that we need to give to that is 1 count and no longer. Okay, that's the correct answer. Well done if you got that right. Next question. What is the name of this stroke? So in the yellow box, what's the name of that stroke? Is it Fathatain, Vertical Fatha, Dhamma, or Inverted Fatha? if you could choose an answer now and click submit. So what's that stroke called that's on your screen in the yellow box? Fathatain, vertical fatha, dhamma, or inverted fatha? Okay, so lots of answers coming through. Well done if you've already answered. If you haven't, a few more seconds to answer that question. Okay, well done. Okay, let's have a look at the answer. The answer is vertical fatha. Okay, this stroke is called vertical fatha. A few of you also answered as fathatain and inverted fatha. So let's everyone be clear that this is a vertical fatha. It's a vertical line sitting on top of a letter. Vertical fatha. Well done if you got that right. Okay, next question. What is a letter that carries a fatha or vertical fatha called? Is it called kaf? Is it called madmoom? Is it called maftu? Or is it called makthur? What is a letter that carries a fatha or vertical fatha called? So if you see a fatha or a vertical fatha on a letter, what name do we give that letter? What type of letter does it become if it carries a fatha or a vertical fatha? Okay, a few more seconds for everyone to choose an answer. Remember to click the submit button at the bottom so we can receive your answers. Okay, let's have a look at the correct answer. The correct answer is maftuh. So any letter that carries a fatha or a vertical fatha is known as a maftuh letter. Okay, so majority of the class did choose that answer. So well done. A few of you also chose some of the other answers. So please note that any letter with a fatha or a vertical fatha is called maftuh letter. And you can revise this lesson in the unit 2 that we covered in class. Okay, you can cover that again if you're unsure. Next question. What is the name of this stroke? Vertical kasrah, fatha, dhamma, or fathatain? So this stroke in the yellow box, is it vertical kasrah? Is it a fatha? Is it called a dhamma? Or is it called a fathatain? What is this stroke called? Okay, so nearly everyone has answered. So let's have a look at the answer for this question. The answer for this question is vertical kasrah. So this stroke is called a vertical kasrah. So it's a vertical line that is placed below a letter. Vertical kasrah. Let's have a look at the next question. What is a letter that carries a kasrah or vertical kasrah called? Is it called munawwan? Is it called maksur? Is it called madmoom? Or is it called kaf? So if you see a letter that carries a kasrah or vertical kasrah, so those are the strokes that we've just looked at, what would that letter be called? Would it be called munawwan, maksur, madmoom, or kaf? Please choose an answer now. Okay, let's have a look at the answer. The correct answer is maksur. And that is what majority of the students chose. So well done if you got that correct. Maksur is the name given to a letter carrying a kasrah or a vertical kasrah. Next question. What is the name of this stroke? Fathatain, inverted dhammah, dhamma, or inverted fatha? Please choose your answer now. What is the name given to this stroke? Fathatain, inverted dhammah, dhamma, or inverted fatha? Okay, excellent. So a few more answers coming in. A Few more seconds for everyone to click an answer. Okay, let's have a look now. The correct answer is inverted Dhammah. Okay, it's an Dhammah that's been turned on its head, kind of. Okay, so it's been upside down Dhammah, so it's called an inverted Dhammah. Okay, so well done. Nearly everyone got that right, which is excellent. Question number 11. What is a letter that carries a Dhammah or inverted Dhammah called? Is it called Kaf? Is it called Maftu? Is it called Seen? Or is it called Madmoom? So if you see a letter come with a, and it carries a Dhammah or an inverted Dhammah, what would you call that letter? Would you call that letter Kaf? Would you call that letter Maftu? Would you call that letter Seen? Or would you call that letter a Madmoom letter? Which one do you think is the correct answer? Remember to click submit at the bottom of the screen once you've chosen your answer. Okay, well done. Okay, let's have a look at the answer. The correct answer is Madmoom. So if you find a letter carrying a Dhammah or an inverted Dhammah, you will refer to that letter as a Madmoom letter. Okay, so well done. Majority of everyone got that question correct. So well done. Next question. Vertical Fatha, Vertical Kasrah, and Inverted Dhammah are known as, please complete the sentence. Are they known as long stretch? Are they known as Ishbaya? Are they known as long vowels? Or are they known as Tanween? Which of those answers do you think is correct? Vertical Fatha, Vertical Kasrah, and Inverted Dhammah are known as which of the following options? Okay, are they known as long stretch, Ishbaya, long vowels, or Tanween? Okay, majority of people have answered the question. Let's have a look at the correct answer or answers. Let's have a look. The correct answer, so you could have chosen between 3 of these options, okay? Any of these 3 options would have been correct. So Vertical Fatha, Vertical Kasrah, and Inverted Dhammah are known as long stretch. They're also known as Ishba'iyya, and they're also known as long vowels. So either of those 3 answers, if you had chosen that, then you have chosen the correct answer. So well done, okay? So the answer that's not correct is Tanween. Okay, the other 3 options would have been correct if you chose them. So well done. What is the name of this stroke? So this stroke in the box, what's the name? If the answers could come up on the screen, the poll, if you could start that. Is it called Fatha? Is it called Fathatain, Vertical Fatha, or Kasrah? So that double stroke that's seen in that gray box on screen, is it known as Fatha, Fathatain, Vertical Fatha, or Kasrah? Okay, let's have a look at the answer. Fathatain is the name of this stroke. Okay, it's a double stroke of Fatha, so it is called Fathatain. Well done. I think majority of people got that question right as well. So well done. Next question. What is the name of this stroke? Is it called Fatha, Vertical Fatha, Kasratain, or Kasrah? So the stroke in the gray box, is it called a Fatha, Vertical Fatha, Kasratain, or Kasrah? Okay, a few more seconds. Let's have a look at the answer now. Oops. Apologies, let me go back to the answer. Yes, so the correct answer for that question is Kasratain. Okay, so the double stroke of Kasra is known as Kasratain. So that is the name of this stroke. Well done if you got that correct. Okay, what is the name of this stroke? Is it called Dhammatain? Is it called fatha? Is it called madmum? Or is it called fathatain? So the stroke on the screen in the gray box, what is the name given to that stroke? Dhammatain, fatha, madmum, or fathatain? Okay, let's have a look at the answer now. The correct answer is dhammatain. Okay, so this name of this stroke is dhammatain. So well done if you got that answer correct. And the next and final question for this quiz is, what is a letter that carries a tanween called? Is it called a madmum letter? Is it called a maftuh letter? Is it called munawwan? Or is it called maksur? So if a letter carries a tanween, what is that letter called? Madmum, maftuh, munawwan, or maksur? What would you call that letter? A few more seconds to answer that question, and then I'll reveal the answer. Okay, let's have a look at the answer for this question. The correct answer is munawwan. Okay, if you see a letter carrying a fathatain, a kasratain, or a dhammatain, so those are the tanween, then that letter is called munawwan. Okay, so we had a couple of students choosing the other answers. So please be clear that any letter carrying a tanween is munawwan. That's the end of the quiz. Jazakumullah to everyone for taking part in that quiz. And well done if you got all those questions correct. If you did get any questions wrong or struggled with a few questions, then that's no problem at all. That was the purpose of this quiz, that we are able to understand where we need to work more at, so which topics we need to focus more on. So if there are any answers that you got incorrect, then please revisit that topic. You have the material that is covered in class, and my colleague will share the link for the class material in the chat as well. So please have a look through there, and you can focus on that rule that you got the answer wrong for. Okay, but Jazakumullah everyone for taking part in that quiz, and make sure to keep revising and practicing everything that we're learning. Okay, let's have a look at our next segment. Today we are going to focus on the letter Hamza for our letter of the day. The letter Hamza is a sound that comes from the bottom of the throat. So the sound for this letter comes from the bottom of our throat. The name of this letter, as I said, is Hamza. Hamza. As you can see, this letter has no dots, and this letter never joins to the letter before it or to the letter after it or next to it. Okay, so you can see over here in its initial position, Hamza looks like this. It's seen in its full form, the letter Hamza, and it doesn't join on to the next letter. In the middle of a word, sometimes you'll see Hamza written like this. So you can see that the shape of Hamza never really joins onto the next letter or to the letter before it. It always sits on something like a shape if it is found in the middle of a word. Okay, so you can see that the shape of the letter doesn't change at all, unlike other letters which do sometimes change shape if they're found in the middle of a word, but Hamza doesn't change shape, but you can see that it's found in the middle of two letters. And then in its final position, so at the end of a word, you can see Hamza looks like this. Again, it does not join onto the letter before it, and it does not change shape either. So Hamza in all three positions, in the initial, in the medial, and in the final position in a word, will always remain in its full form and does not change shape. So that is the letter Hamza. And just a few facts about this particular letter as well. Okay, let's have a look at our practice text for today's class. So in today we are going to today's class we are going to be focusing on and continuing with the surah that we started yesterday. And one moment. Okay, so it's Surah An-Naziyat. Okay, and it's a Meccan surah found in part number 30, chapter 79, total of 47 verses in the surah, 2 rukus, and it was the 81st surah to be revealed to the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, so you started this with your teacher yesterday, so we are going to be carrying on. So we'll have students to the mic and we'll go through this verses one by one, having a look at and focusing on some rules that we've covered as well. Can we have a student to the mic, please, for this?
Yes, could we have G2664, please?
G2664. Assalamu alaikum. G2664.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you? How are you doing? Can you hear me? Okay, I think they might be having some issues with it. Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Yeah, the mic muted accidentally.
Okay, that's fine. No problem. Okay, I'm going to be asking you to read along with me from verse number 16 of this surah, Surah An-Naziyat. And I'd like you to start with Tawud and Tasmiyah nice and slowly, please. G2664, you still there?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Are you okay? Are you having issues with your mic?
Yeah, a bit.
Okay, let's try and read. Okay, so start with Tawud and Tasmiyah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Excellent. So we're going to go through the verses. We're going to go nice and slowly, okay? So let's start reading. هل أتاك
هل أتاك
حديث
حديث
su?
سو
Yeah. So rather than saying su, we're going to say su.
ثو
Good. Well done. So we take the tip of our tongue and we touch it to our top 2 teeth at the front. Su.
ثو
Good. Musa.
موسى
Excellent. هل أتاك حديث موسى؟
هل أتاك حديث موسى.
Good. Now over here, the ha has a simple fatha, so we must take care not to elongate for too long. Hadithu
حديث
Musa.
موسى.
Excellent. Now in this verse, we have short strokes like this one. We also have long strokes, long vowels, which is like this, vertical fatha. So we need to spend the appropriate time on this, which is 2 seconds for the long vowels and 1 second or 1 count for the short vowels, which we've done. Okay, let's move on to the next verse. إذ ناداه.
إذ ناداه
Good. ربه
ربه
بالواد
بالواد
المقدس
المقدس
طوى.
طوى.
Excellent. So when we take a pause, sometimes the rules change, and inshallah, as we go on further into the classes, you will learn those rules of pausing as well. So just for now, we're going to know that we end with that sound. طوى.
طوى.
Good. إذ ناداه ربه.
إذ ناداه ربه
بالواد المقدس طوى.
بالواد المقدس تسيتها
Excellent. اذهب إلى
اذهب إلى
فرعون
فرعون
إنه طغى.
إنه
Good.
طغى
Oh, this is a ghain. Okay. طغى.
طغى
Excellent. Good. Well done. Let's carry on. فقل هل لك.
فقل هل لك
Okay. Over here, we are going to join the ha to this lam mushaddad. Okay. هل لك
هل لك
إلى.
إلى
Good. أن تزكى.
أن تزكى
Excellent. Good. Now in this verse as well, we had some short strokes that we've applied the correct rule to. So 1 second count for these short strokes. And then over here, we've had to stretch longer than what we've learned before. Okay, so we've learned up to where we need to stretch for 2 counts. But for strokes like this, then we have to stretch for longer. And inshallah, you'll learn later on why that is as well. Okay, so for now, Jazakumullah for reading that for us today. Allah Hafiz for now.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Can we have another student, please?
Yes, could we have G2 517 on the mic?
Yep. G2 517.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine as well. Jazakumullah for asking. Can you start with Dawood and Tasmiyah, please?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
Good. وأهديك.
وأهديك
Excellent. إلى ربك.
إلى ربك. Can I read on my own?
Okay, darling, not now. Okay, so what we're going to do for these classes is the teacher is going to read, and then we're going to ask students to follow. Okay, inshallah, later on in classes, when we get a bit more advanced, then inshallah we'll try and get students to the mic. And then also in Friday's classes, you will also get the opportunity to read by yourself. Okay, but for the classes of Monday to Thursday, we're going to ask that teachers lead and then students follow, so that everybody knows how to correctly read it. Okay.
Bismillah.
Okay, so we're going to start from here again. Just follow after
إلى
me.
ربك
Yeah. فتخشى.
فتخشى
Good, well done. فأراه
فأراه
الآية الكبرى.
الآية الكبرى.
Good, well done. Now this kaf is a thin sound, so try not to make that qaf sound, okay? Kubra.
كبرى.
Excellent. And also over here we have some strokes like this one and this one. These are vertical strokes. What is that? What are these strokes called? Do you know?
Vertical strokes.
Vertical strokes. In particular, they're called vertical fatha. Yeah?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, well done. So we're spending how much time on these?
1 count?
For the vertical strokes, 1 count?
Yes.
Okay, so 2 counts is how long we spend on them. Okay, so for the vertical strokes or for the long vowels like vertical fatha or vertical kasrah or inverted dhammah, then we have to spend 2 counts on that. Okay, so longer than 1 count, we have to spend 2 counts for that.
Yes.
Just keep that in mind. Okay, let's carry on. فكذب.
فكذب.
This one is the letter dhal. Okay, فكذب.
فكذب.
Good. وعصى.
وعصى.
Good. فكذب وعصى.
فكذب وعصى.
Excellent, good. ثم
ثم
أدبر
أدبر
يسعى.
يسعى.
Good. ثم أدبر يسعى.
ثم أدبر يسعى.
Excellent. فحشى
فحشر
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 فنادى.
فنادى.
Good. فحشر فنادى.
فحشر فنادى.
Excellent. So these four letters over here, have a short vowel on them, or they have short strokes on them. So these fatha. So we have to make sure that each of these letters is pronounced for one count each. Fahashara. We're not spending longer on one letter or spending longer on the other. So that needs to be really we need to be careful with that. Okay, let's do one more verse. فقال
فقال
أنا
أنا
ربكم الأعلى.
ربكم الأعلى.
Good. فقال أنا ربكم الأعلى.
قال أنا ربكم. فقال أنا ربكم الأعلى.
Excellent. Well done, mashallah. Really good recitation. Inshallah, you get more chances to read on by yourself as well, inshallah, on Friday's class. So make sure you attend for that. Okay? Well done. Jazakumullah. Allah Hafiz for now. Can we have another student, please?
G2 676.
676. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Okay, if you could start with Dawood and Tasmiyah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Excellent. فأخذه
فأخذه
الله.
الله.
Good. فأخذه الله.
فأخذه الله.
Good. نكال
نكال
الآخرة
الآخرة
والأولى.
والأولى.
Excellent. Good. Well done. Good recitation. Now in this verse, we've got our short vowels over here, but then we've got our long strokes or long vowels over here as well, and at the end as well. So these strokes, how much time do we spend on these strokes, on these ones?
2 counts.
2 counts. Excellent. And on the short strokes, how long do we spend for that?
1 count.
1 count. Excellent. Good. Let's carry on. إن في ذلك.
إن في ذلك.
Okay, try and pronounce that dhal sound, okay? Sorry, let me remove that. ذلك.
ذلك.
Good, well done. So rather than saying za, we're saying the. We're taking the tip of our tongue, touching it to the top 2 teeth. ذلك, okay? So إن في ذلك.
إن في ذلك.
Good. لعبرة لي.
لعبرة لي.
من يخشى.
من يخشى.
Excellent, good, well done. And then carry on. Let's from here. أأنتم
أأنتم
أشد
أشد
خلقا
خلقا
أم السماء
السماء.
Excellent. So we're just going to take a small pause over here, and that's why we've ended with that sound. Okay, and then let's carry on. بناها.
بناها.
Excellent. Good. Well done. رفع.
رفع.
سمكها.
سمكها.
فسواها.
فسواها.
Excellent. وأغطش
وأغطش
ليلها.
ليلها.
وأخرج
وأخرج
ضحاها.
زهاها.
Excellent. Good. Well done. And let's do one more verse. والأرض
والأرض
بعد ذلك
بعد ذلك
دحاها.
دهاها.
Excellent. Now in this verse as well, we have some long vowels, long strokes, sorry. Okay, so we need to be careful with those, that we're spending 2 counts for that. And then any other stroke like fatha, okay, that needs to be spent 1 count on. Excellent. Well done, Jazakumullah. Really nicely read. Allah Hafiz for now.
الله حافظ.
Can we have one more student, please?
G2752.
759. G2 759. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
That's G2752.
752?
Yeah.
Okay. Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine. Okay, if you could start with Dawood and Tasmi as well.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Good. أخرج منها
أخرج منها
ماء.
ماء.
Okay, a bit longer, okay? For about 4 counts. ماء.
ماء.
Good. ها ومرعاها.
ومرعاها.
Excellent. So in this verse as well, we've got some vertical fatha over here that we need to spend 2 counts on. And over here, this stroke, inshallah, you will learn about later and why we had to stretch that for at least 4 counts. Okay, so we'll worry about that later. So let's move on to the next verse. والجبال
والجبال
أرساها.
أرساها.
Excellent. والجبال أرساها.
والجبال أرساها.
Excellent. متاعا لكم
متاعا لكم
ولأنعامكم.
ولأنعامكم.
Good. متاعا لكم ولأنعامكم. This is a lam, okay? ولأنعامكم.
متاعا لكم ولأنعامكم.
Okay, over here, we're going to stretch for 2 counts. ولأنعامكم.
ولأنعامكم.
Excellent, good, well done. فإذا جاء and then a hamza with a fatha. Good. بالطامة.
You cut out a bit.
I know that sometimes happens when I stretch for too long. If there's a same sound for too long, then it sometimes cuts out. So I'm just joining this third to this floor and then stretching for about 4 counts before I join the mean. So try and listen out for that. Okay, just Listen carefully. Titamma. Ma.
Ma.
Good. Titamma.
Titamma.
Excellent. Tul kubra.
Tulqubru.
Excellent. And let's do one more verse. Yawma
Yawma
yatadhakkarul
yatadhakkarul
insanu
insanu
ma sa'a.
ma sa'a.
Excellent. Good. Well done, mashallah. Really nicely read. We had some tricky sounds to make over there, which you did really well. Jazakumullah for coming to the mic and reading that for us today.
Takallah.
Allah Hafiz.
Hafiz.
Okay, Jazakumullah. Okay, so that was the surah verses that we wanted to cover in today's class. As you saw in the wherever we read, we had some short strokes, we had some longer strokes. We also had places of Tanween as well, if you had noticed. So all these points we have to take into our consideration and take our minds back to how we've learnt them and when we've learnt them, and then try and apply them in our recitation. Okay. So let me set you your homework and also give a quick summary of what we've learned today. So today we had our quiz. MashaAllah, everybody participated in that really well. And I saw that majority of students were getting the answers correct, which is great. Keep revising, keep practicing. We also did our practice text, which was chapter 79 verses 16 to 26 we covered in today's class. And then we also had a look at our letter of the day, which is Hamza. And we learned that the sound comes from the bottom of our throat for that letter. So for your homework, I would like you to please practice the Quranic recitations, okay? And I'd like you to apply all the rules that we have revised so far in your daily tilawat. Okay, so we hope and pray that everyone is doing your daily tilawat, whether it be in the morning, after school, or in the evening. So whenever you get you are doing your daily tilawat, we'd like you to apply all the rules that we have learned so far in that. Okay, so that's your homework for today's class as well. So we are going to end class with our dua. Before we do that, I'd just like to remind everyone again, if you haven't done so already, please ensure that you click on the link in the chat for the attendance. Okay, so 2 links have been posted today. The first one, the attendance form, is what you need to fill out. Please do that now or save it and do it right after class so that we can all see who has attended the classroom today. Okay, so can we have a student on the mic for the final prayer?
Yes, could we have G2555 on the mic, please?
G2555.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Okay, so we are going to start with Dawood. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Excellent. Let's go down to our dua. Okay. Allahumma arhamni.
اللهم ارحمني.
Okay. Can you come a bit closer to your mic? Sorry, your voice is cutting out a little bit. Let's try that again. Allahumma arhamni.
اللهم ارحمني.
Bil-Qur'an al-Azim.
بالقرآن العظيم.
Excellent. And the translation, could you read that for us?
O Allah, have mercy on me through the Quran, the Great.
Excellent. Well done. Really nicely read. Jazakumullah for reading that for us today. And Jazakumullah to everyone for joining us in today's class. Please ensure that you do your homework and your daily recitation of the Holy Quran. Keep revising, and inshallah, we'll speak to you all again same time tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.